Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our channel. Welcome to Terrifying Tuesday, where we talk all things horror. And a lot of rumors have been coming out about the new Scream movie. Despite the fact that Scream 7 hasn't officially begun production, a lot of people are actually given their theories as to who's going to be the next killer. So we're going to break down the main ones that I have heard and kind of let you know briefly what I think about them as possibilities. But as of yet, it's too early to tell. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so let's talk about some of these crazy theories that have been popping up about who the killer is in the next Scream movie. I know they haven't even started filming yet, and already there's a lot of theories to talk about. And that's usually a very good sign. So we're going to talk a little bit about the different ones. And the first one we have to address is Sam. Sam possibly being the killer due to events that happened in the previous film. Now, if this is true, then this is actually something that they've never done before. Yes, it's something they've never done before, but turning the final girl into the killer is not new. Just in a trilogy movie like this, a movie that has a franchise of 6 previous movies, to do that would kind of be cheating the viewer. I know we have actually only known her since Scream 5. But that being said, it still would feel as though you were cheating the viewer. A lot of people wouldn't be too happy about that. And I don't think that's the way they're going to go, so I don't think we have to worry about that one. The next option that people are talking about is Mindy. And they're saying that the case for Mindy is simple. Why didn't the Ghostface killer kill her when he had the chance? She shows up at the end, previously unharmed, just like she did in the previous movie before Scream 6. She seems to get stabbed and hurt a lot, and yet she shows up at the end like nothing happened. And she has a quick recovery time. So a lot of people are thinking that possibly she could turn out to be a killer. Sort of the mastermind, pitting brother against sister, much the same way that Scream 3 pitted Sydney against her long-lost brother. This way, it would be Sam going up against a Ghostface, but then it would also be Mindy faces her brother, and that would be something that's a little different as well. That the killer would have a motive that's kind of off to the side, but still want to be killing Sam because she believes that Sam is responsible for her uncle's death and for the deaths of all of her previous friends. Now, that one I don't think has too much credence either, only because she has appeared in a few films now, and kind of the same vein that doing that to Sam would be kind of like doing that to her. A lot of people would feel a little cheated, so I don't think that's going to be the way they go. However, there are 2 more people on that list that people keep talking about, equally as crazy, and with kind of the same level right now of thought in terms of why they could be doing it. And I'm talking about Leslie Mocker, who happens to be Stu Mocker's older sister. We heard about her, but we have yet to actually see her in canon. And the whole thing about it being a sibling facing off against Sydney or even Sam or both, because there is that possibility that Sydney could return in this new movie. Sydney wouldn't have made that much of an impact in Scream 6. We found out that one of the things was she was going to be in a sort of cameoed type of situation, and they weren't willing to pay her the amount that she wanted. And would she have been worth it? Yes, probably, but it wouldn't have changed the script that much. In fact, they said the script kind of went along with just a few minor changes that would have had her talking to Sam or had her kind of interacting with the characters, but not directly involved in a lot of the action. From what I understand, that's what I've been hearing. So with Sam being the final girl in the previous movie and coming back for this one, and then with her sister, and then also with Sydney and Gel and Kirby and anyone else who's going to return. Now you have this situation where Stu Macher's sister could actually be the mastermind that people have been wanting. And it does actually have a certain sort of support system in regards to storytelling that could justify this. If you remember, it was actually her son that got murdered in part 5. And why not, have her kind of snap, think about it, get revenge, because her son was a victim only because he knew this group of kids. He didn't have any actual friendships with them. He wasn't in their crowd. He just happened to be someone that they know, and he got killed. And to have her come back and seek revenge for that, saying that her brother died, that, her son died, and it's all Sydney's fault, and it's all Sam's fault because Sam is Billy Loomis's daughter. She could want this all to end. And, people have been talking about the killer's motives being they just want it to end since the previous movie. And in a roundabout way, it kind of was what we got, except the motive was a lot different. And to have it be where Leslie Macher would return only to sort of end it all and seek revenge at the same time for the death of her brother and her son would be something that would be new and different, but it would also follow the guidelines of each of these new films, sort of mirroring the originals. Okay, so you had Scream 1, and then you had Scream 5. Then you had Scream 2, and you had Scream 6. So the next thing would be a single killer coming after the group. But this doesn't have to be the case. But a lot of people do think that this could be what happens. And Leslie Macher would make sort of a nice mastermind in a lot of people's eyes. Then, of course, we have to talk about Stu. Yes, yes, yes. Every new movie brings to mind, could Stu return? Would Stu return? And the evidence pointing to his return has been sort of hinted at in a roundabout way. They could just be having a lot of fun with fans knowing and teasing that fans think he's alive, and that could actually be the joke because Scream is pretty meta that way. But when you think about it, it could also be the opposite. They could be setting us up for Stu to actually seek revenge. And why would he have been gone so long? That's the biggest problem that people have with Stu returning is that he's been gone for so long. What would make him come back? Well, maybe he's been in hiding. Maybe he is working with his sister and he's trying to get his fame. He's long forgotten, and that's pretty upsetting. And maybe something happens that brings him out of hiding that we're not aware of. Maybe the events that happened in New York brought him out of hiding. With all of the people starting to do this whole following thing, where they are taking the masks and they are starting to use them and kill people. Maybe he comes back with the idea that I can get my revenge and show all these newcomers, all these people, all these imitators that there's only one sequel to this entire franchise that ever had to be made. And that could be his motive. Now, that being said, those are the things that people have been talking about, so I thought I would bring them to you. Alright, so of course, as always, we want to know what you guys think. Leave us a comment in the comment box below. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. Don't forget to hit that like button. It helps the channel and tells people how awesome we are. And then Miko says we need more subscribers. And you don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video we do. And then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, Miko knows it, fandom is family.